That's it.
Hello.
See if we've got anyone in. Right, Ian, I'm just going to do some sharing. Because our other...
Because sharing is caring.
Yeah. And our other... Not here. So I'll do a bit of sharing and then get it onto Things Network. And go from there after that. Not now. Not new. Not new. John joins on shortly. Ghost. Oh, this is... Come on. I told you. I'll show you how to do some... I'll do you a crash course in sharing. If you've got any free time.
Okie doke.
I'll send you some of my stuff as well. Oh, we've got William in. Hello, William. Just bear with us a minute while I do some sharing, and then we'll get on with what we're doing.
Never know, John might appear.
Yeah. I hope so, because he's got the other half. Come on. See, that's the trouble with it, having to do sharing like this. It just takes too long. Can't be doing anymore. Right, well, whether we get John on or not, I don't know. I don't know if anything's happened. He's not said out. So we'll give him a couple of minutes. And then I'll shout at him later. I won't do that. And I don't know. And if it could have happened, you don't know, do you?
No, this is true.
And what can you do? You can't do nought.
No, exactly.
Anyway, the subject tonight was Crowley, and it came up over a question. I think it might have been from William last week on if Ian thought Crowley was a Satanist. And I said, no, I didn't think Crowley was a Satanist whatsoever at all. There's no evidence to say that he was. I mean, there's a lot of things been said about him. But
yeah.
Don't forget that he sort of had an awful lot of people around him that actually hated him.
Yes.
He wasn't very good at picking characters.
Yeah, very true. I mean, yeah, he did divulge in a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
But as I've said to you previously, he was after knowledge, and when he didn't get that from Om Avenue, he tried another. So yeah, he did delve into a lot of things.
Yeah.
But to say he was a Satanist, I don't.
No, I don't think he was into that at all. I mean, no. I mean, he was into a lot of weird stuff, yeah, but...
Well, he did delve in the dark arts, but...
Oh, yeah.
If you delve in it, doesn't,
I think, well, from my reading of him, he was very Christian family. That and the people that is, I can't remember what the bloody name of the place was now. Penrith, something or other. It was it that is the sect that his father took him into. Basically, this sect it just completely did, even though they had money. They didn't touch it because they had a big inheritance, didn't they? They were brewers, weren't they?
Yeah.
His family were brewers and they had a massive amount of money, but his father took the family into this sect and money wasn't allowed. They had to live with virtually nothing on the basics of life, and things were frowned on, like sex, all sorts of things like that. So you can imagine he came from that. Oh, also his father died from tongue cancer as well.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't go and get help for it because this sect told him that God would cure it. And I think that really hit him.
Yeah.
That really hit him. So I think a lot of his thing was going against the grain. Because you're talking about, it was a Victorian society where everything that he was doing was totally frowned upon. So I think a lot of what he did was to go against that and just basically shock society. Because he's always shocked.
Yeah. Coming from that background, it does make me laugh when you get religions that tell you that, oh no, you can't do this. God will,
punish you.
God will help you. He'll cure you. But in nature, we've got the bloody cures. So if God didn't give them to us, who did?
Who did? Exactly.
So
madness. Exactly madness. I mean, in them days, and when he was born, good God, it would have been. But you wouldn't have minded. The Victorian society was very sort of. They wanted to be like, it was sort of purity, but the undertone of it, looking for something else. It was spiritual, wasn't it? And darkness. Yeah. The undertone of it was totally different.
Well, yeah, in the Victorian era, you're dealing with the first wrath of God attitude to religion, aren't you?
Yeah. But underneath that was a society.
Which is where the main churches got together with the justice system to control criminals. So they changed it all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy time. I mean, his mother, when he left, when he went to Cambridge, I think that was the first time that Plymouth Brethrens, that was it. That's what they were called, the Plymouth Brethrens. That was the sort of what we call it, a bloody cult, basically. They didn't believe in they believed in the people, not basically priests and stuff like that. So you can see sort of where his thinking was coming from, can't you?
Yeah.
John, get on. Get on, John. Come on. You're in trouble. I still don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's just got back. Come on, John, jump on. Yeah, I mean, when he went to Cambridge, I mean, he went against basically everything, really. And I think I read that it was his first experience of prostitutes and going his own way and doing what he wanted to do. And when he got back home, apparently that's where the nickname The Beast came from, because his mother, that's what she nicknamed him, because of what he'd been up to. You can imagine his mother, this very highly religious person who didn't. And she was the one who actually called him The Beast. That's where the name come from in the first one.
Oh, yeah. So,
lovely mother.
yeah, mothers know, don't they?
Mothers know. Oh, definitely.
But yeah, I know. He first fell out with the people down here because they wouldn't cremate his mother.
What time do you call this show?
Hello, everyone. I am very sorry for being late.
No, don't worry.
There's legitimate reasons. There's been a christening and then someone's in hospital and all the stuff. So it's like, yeah, no, it's but no. I sort of time. I will get there. So yeah. I hope everyone's well.
Yeah, everyone's fine.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I'm glad we're there. Excellent.
Yeah. He always pops up in the comments, even though he's on here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I seem to be there as well. But yeah, I've just come on. Just checking what's in chat. What were you talking about, guys?
Crowler.
Yes.
Part of where he was younger, sort of thing, and they were in sort of Plymouth Brethren. His father,
Yeah.
In there.
Oh.
It's gonna be one of them nights. Can't you tell? Come back, John.
Something you said.
Yeah. Right, sorry, I don't have to say a lot sometimes. You can just look it up. Hello, John.
Hiya. Yeah. In my notes, what it is, Aleister Crowley is said to be one of those first characters that I looked up a long time ago. But one thing I didn't realise is his family were in a brewing. They had a brewing company, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like Crowden Ale or something. Something like that. Only reason why I mention it is that there's been in past connections between brewing companies and people with their own little group or sect, and I was just wondering what happened to that brewing company, like if it changed name into a more modern company. That was one thing that I'm trying to look into. What have we covered about him so far? Hi, William.
Just basically, he's younger. Where like his father put him in that set.
Yeah, I mean, he was a massive mountaineer as well, weren't he? Poet.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wanting, just to do it all, weren't he? Just get out there and an adventure.
Yeah, he was quite good at fighting. I mean, he was a very good chess player as well, weren't he?
Yeah. I mean, they named him, didn't they? They named him the most evil man on earth at the time.
Yeah, that was about some London journalist. after a storm round about. He actually came back. He labelled him. The evil man.
Yeah. I mean, let us know in the comments and that if what you think, if they were, do people see him as evil or bad, or do you see him as an intellectual, deep thinker? There's a lot of things that they said they were evil for that today won't even register. There were definitely connections to his orgies and being deemed that, and there were certain things that were illegal then that aren't now. So but that name stuck, hasn't it, as Aleister Crowley evil. You know, it just seems to have stuck with him.
Yeah, see, and his name wasn't Aleister Crowley. He changed it when he went to was it Cambridge? He changed it. He was actually Edward Crowley. But changed his name.
You're echoing a bit.
I know. I told you things like that.
Oh, it's probably because I've got his tarot cards over there.
Oh, do you do like tarot cards, things like that?
No, I'm just a private case investigator. But I grew up in a house that fairly frequent, and I live in the town he died in.
Right. Wow. Okay.
So I know quite a bit about him. I've actually spoken to people who knew him when he was alive. And a friend of mine actually knows his grandson. So,
right. From talking to those people, if you don't mind me asking, from talking to those people, what do you get from them? Do they see him as a bad character, good character, or is it more complex than that kind of thing?
For one side, they said he was quite a nasty guy to know.
Mm-hmm.
But then a woman I know, her husband's family knew him very well, and they speak differently of him. So, yeah,
I mean, I suppose that can be a fair balanced thing, isn't it? I mean, there's some people. I suppose you could get that with quite a few people, where it's like an actor. Oh, he's a really nice guy, or terrible to work with. You know. So yeah, I get you on that. Yeah. Is this? I don't know if it's a rumor, but someone once mentioned that there's people that were close to Aleister Crowley. They've had kids, and some have carried on like a group. They did say cult, but before I use that word, I just say a group. They've carried it on in his name. Would you say that could be true?
Yes, very much so. And they exist down here.
Wow, really?
They're very under the radar, but we know they're about.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, I live up in Sheffield, and I met some people quite a few years ago, and they were in their own coven, for instance, and I spent some time with them, and then they had like a regional meeting, and more people from area came and gathered together, like for a bit of a get together, a bit of a party, and I did go, and I was surprised to see how many people were there from all different like walks of life, and it would to me. I thought in my head, this is bigger than what I thought, as in out there, groups of people gathering together, learning all these things. It does this sometimes, doesn't it? Oh, Annette, I've come on, and it's. So, guys, yep, we're live. Couple of technical issues. And is it because of the subject? Is it the subject what's caused this issue? I do not know. Hopefully it's not me turning up and destroying everything. Let's just have a look here. There we go, I've got my light back. Well, let's look in chat, see what we've got. Comments. Greetings. Must be the energy. Yeah, that's that's possible. Sure. Hi Rita, how you doing? Yeah, people we're just trying to fix a few things in the background to get people on. I'm going to go with William on the. It might be the energy, and it's just causing a bit of a few technical issues. But yeah, we're talking about Aleister Crowley. Ian was just saying there. There's definitely groups. There's definitely groups out there still keeping on in his work.
Hey.
And things like that. Hey, hey. There you go.
Well, that was a bit freaky.
It is. It's yeah. It's yeah. William, but it must be the energy. Who knows? Welcome back, Rita Thompson's put welcome back. There we go. It's nice. So, Ian, did you say you were an investigator?
Yes, I run a private case team.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, if you can't answer certain stuff, then it's not a problem. But what kind of things is it? On what lines?
We do people's private homes. Basically, they have activity. We go in and investigate and resolve it. So.
Right. Yeah. Do you know, I've done a lot of paranormal investigations over years, but there's a few house cases that I've been to, and it's like, it's like a different level. This to the point where I said to a guy, took me along. I just went, it's a different level of energy. What happens here in someone's house? And they went, yeah, well, they're in it all. These people that we're talking to, they spend all their life in their house, and they say if something's going to go wrong, it's going to get in deeper. I guess. I was just wondering, have you found that? A lot of people go to abandoned buildings looking for things like that. Yeah. But someone's house, yeah, we got some strange stuff.
It's a completely different ball game. The problem is a lot of people go on a public investigation and think that a private case is going to be the same. It's not.
Yeah. I get you with that. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect when I went on my first one. I just thought, I came away thinking nothing happened. Reviewed some audio that we recorded, and there were another woman's voice in the background, just saying some really faint things. And when we were there, there were nothing, no background noise, no TV on, no radio, things like that. And we're like, this is strange.
Yeah, I mean, we had a case recently where the client was having a full-on conversation with his grandmother.
Right, yeah.
And
also as well, we went to one, and I'm not saying anything about anyone. I mean, myself, I've had some strange times in my mind. But you could go into a case, and in my mind, for person leading, would the hardest thing be, is it the person or the house? Is it in their mind, or is it happening? Like determining that must be quite tricky.
Generally, when we get calls in, it's pretty much the proverbial shit is at the fan. So it's pretty active when we get there.
Right. Oh, right. Excellent. Right. I'm gonna have to remember to contact if we get into something that we can't get out of.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people like if you go on a public event, you're there investigating, and it's one night. In a private case, you could be there for months.
Right.
You just can't walk away once you started.
No. Because I suppose there's a threat then of leaving the people behind with something more stirred up, I guess.
Yeah, I always warn my clients after the first visit, the activity will go up slightly because you're paying attention.
Yeah, like it's like feeding it an energy kind of thing. Have you ever been to any where there's signs of the people using, like maybe they've studied a bit of Aleister Crowley or just occult in general? They've got into things and then they've stirred something up. That kind of thing.
Yeah, the Ouija board one's always a good one.
Yeah. There's a lot. What I've read about what I think it was Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley about Ouija boards, and I found that the most interesting on that subject because there's a lot what say Ouija boards. It's a modern game, but actually the concept goes all the way back to ancient China, where they used chairs in a library and things like that. And according to Aleister Crowley, the planchette being triangle is a universal symbol of like invitation to the other side. So when people say, "Oh, Ouija board," and other things, they're just the same. Well, according to his take, the Ouija board isn't the same. It's kind of its own unique thing. So I'm just wondering what your thoughts are.
Yeah, the thing with Ouija boards is it's intent. If your intents are pure, you won't have a problem. But if you start messing around playing it like it's some sort of game, that's where the problem starts.
Yeah, that's definitely that's definitely how I feel on that one. And it's like Williams just put, it's definitely not a game.
No.
It's in.
A lot of the problems come about when people buy one, they decide to have a play with it, something happens, and they fold it up, put it away, and they've left it open.
Yeah, because originally there's an opening and a closing ceremony for Ouija board, isn't there? You open it up, use it, close it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's where the trouble starts, isn't it, really? Because people don't know how to open it and they certainly don't know how to close it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they think it's a game and it's not a game.
Yeah. And like we were on a live last week and we're talking about symbolism and like we mentioned Aleister Crowley there because he talks about how symbols strike a chord in your brain, that your brain searches for patterns. It recognises symbols and symbology quite well, and there's particular symbols will open you up to certain entities. Some call them demons, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of these Ouija boards, demon symbols, things like that. There's a lot now just being sold on all sorts of things. I wonder if that could cause extra problems. People just buying them and just throwing them around, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people don't know what's behind it. I mean, it's like a lot of Christian symbols have been used for satanic reasons, but people don't realise that they're actually originally Christian. But and it all depends. It all depends on what intent you put into it.
Yeah. For instance, like the pentagram, I believe that we used by. We mentioned that last week actually about the pentagram, like the red star on Heineken. Monks used to put that star over the vats of beer, and it represents earth, air, fire, and spirit in a good look. And then pentagram for the crucifixion of Christ as well.
Yeah,
and like you said, and then getting turned upside down.
Actually, with a pentagram upside down, it just identifies a quest for knowledge.
Yeah,
because spirit is at the bottom.
Right. Yeah. So, is it starting to like spirit over materialism and or you turn it round and it's like materialism over spirit, that kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah. So unless it's got intention written around it, it's not really classed as anything but a basic symbol.
Yeah. No, that's great. Right. Yeah.
And it's like the crucifix as well. Originally, it was inverted as a Christian symbol, then they changed it, and then apparently now you turn it back over, it's now supposed to be demonic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's a few saints in the way that their symbol is the cross upside down. I don't want to get it wrong. I think it's St. Peter what wakes upside down. But yeah, but if people were to see that, like you just said, at first glance, it's demonic, and So Williams just put, I think a lot of investigators really need to understand energy. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that because a long time ago, I stopped. If I were going on an investigation, but I had a really bad day, and I was going on that night, I won't go because it's like if I'm going wound up, a bad day, all I'm going to pick up on is something bad.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no good's going to want to come near you. Yeah, it's like going into a pub, in a bad mood. You're just going to wind someone up at some point. Something bad's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, and there's a lot out there what poke fun, trying to provoke and poke fun as well. I don't know what you think to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of films in investigations. That is definitely a big no-no as far as I'm concerned. Because for one thing, you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, usually you see someone doing that when they've got, like, for instance, like in an exorcism, where they've got the demon's name, so you've got the name, and you want to wind it up to bring it out, but to do it without knowing name and to or what you're dealing with, it's like, yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, you don't know what they're capable of.
Yeah, definitely. Would you say you've paid any negative price for going up against certain energies? Like, you've gone up against something, and then a few days later you say, wait up, I think I might know where this run of bad luck's coming from. That, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I had an attachment for a while, and it completely changed my personality for about 3 or 4 days. And I actually got in contact with some spiritual healers which dealt with it for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, neat. Yeah.
Oh, there are definitely places that you can go into that cause absolute mayhem.
I couldn't understand that. You repeated.
It's terrible, isn't it?
But
Don't know what's happened.
So like Annette was saying there's places you can go and it's just you can feel it's chaos or it's negative and just don't feel good.
Yeah, I've been in a few places like that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, to some people you say that, and to me that's natural. You go in and you get a vibe. There's some people where you say that to and they look at you and say, how can you not feel the I don't know, the oppression that you get from walking in here?
Yeah.
To me, it's like, I get it. I just feel it. It's like, whoa, this is not good. And then what are you on about?
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, you walk in and it's too late. It's there. And you're going to come away with something which causes bad luck and everything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think I've not had that too often. It's happened where I've gone into something and I've started seeing things fall apart. Williams put, no offence, but paranormal investigators investigate ghosts, etc. They're not really what you can call practitioning the arts like Crowley was.
Well, no, because Crowley everything.
Yeah. These are different. And I mean, there's some where it's ghost hunting or somewhat won't like saying that. Paranormal investigating and it's entertainment. Or it's it's entertainment, and some might take it seriously, and it's entertainment, and it's good. You can watch it; it's pretty good. I like it when you mix in the history and you start looking at things deeper. I like that. You get to see some abandoned places and different locations, but would you say? I mean, from my point of view, Aleister Crowley, he was like esoteric research, weren't it?
Yeah.
I mean, as I've said to Annette before, he was on a quest for knowledge, and he didn't get it, so he looked elsewhere, and he continued to do so. So that's why he ended up the way he was.
Yeah. I mean, I believe one of his favourite places were walking around the it's the graveyard in Paris. I forgot the name. And he said it said that he had certain areas that marked out on a little map where he had best communications with certain entities. As he just walked around, he didn't do anything, kind of thing. I find that quite interesting. But I've read his book. Is it the book of the Equinox, where it goes into the correspondences of the hours and days, week, best times to do certain rituals and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so in depth. Yeah, it's I find that amazing.
It certainly has some very strange publications.
Yeah.
I mean, it's poems. I've not read his poems, but I found what some of them are called. I mean, his very first poem was called White Stain. You can imagine why, can't you?
Yeah.
And another one was called Serious Art.
Yeah, it was a total.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it were unique, weren't it?
Oh, definitely unique.
Have you ever come across Ian, where I've read it, and I've read it a few times in different places, where Aleister Crowley was used to help the British Armed Forces during World War II.
Yeah.
Because I believe in Germany there were a lot of like cult-like communications and study, and then they asked Aleister Crowley to help like infiltrate some kind of thing.
Yeah, I've heard about that a little bit. And what you were saying in that about his phone, a lot of them are ciphered. Unless you know the cipher, they don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I've read a lot about John Dee as well. That's why I recognise William. He always pops up with his icon there. And when it comes to ciphers, John Dee's, there's certain ones that just they haven't even been translated yet.
Yeah.
Right, William's put there. He's got 50 plus Crowley books, some really rare ones too. Gee. Oh,
that's what you call a library.
Yeah. I'd have to have a look at that.
Well, the Book of Mormon foundation that Thelma was built on, wasn't it?
Thelma, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, I believe that's actually a really active community, that, the Thelma community.
Yeah, you see a lot of T-shirts around with they'll do what they'll whilst on and things like that. And that's obviously them, isn't it, wearing them? Yeah,
definitely. I know Aleister Crowley's house in Scotland, is it Boleskine?
House, yeah.
I mean, I know it set fire, I believe, left abandoned, but I do believe it's been purchased. I don't know if it's done up again. Yeah.
I think they're renovating it, aren't they?
Right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I believe it's someone out of one of the community, like Crowley type communities, what's purchased it. So, I mean, I don't know. Would it be a great museum or a great lodge?
Well, there's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Which one would you like to see it? Would you like to see it as a museum or, I don't know, a lodge for that information? It'd be good. Is there a central library dedicated to like Aleister Crowley and John Dee and that kind of esoteric knowledge?
Yeah,
I'm not sure, because that would be good.
Yeah, well, I don't quite know I know they're renovating the place, but there's still, controversy on what they're actually going to do with the place.
Yeah,
but I know the house he lived in Brook Hill still stands. But the one he died in, Everfield, is gone. They knocked that down years ago.
All right.
But,
So the one that you were born in, that's still standing.
don't know, to be honest.
Oh, the one where you lived in still standing. Right, that's
Don't
pretty
know. There's something to look into that one.
Yeah, that. But the one that he lived in is still standing. I mean, that is it just a normal house at the moment? That one.
Yeah, I mean, when he died, they said he died penniless, but he owned a house in Bexhill.
Yeah. I always found that confusing. Why would it be penniless? And you just said, I believe that's always been an expensive area, hasn't it?
It was. I think it was a drug habit, wasn't it, and everything else as well.
Yeah, I mean the house was still in somebody that knew him hanged until several years ago, which is where I got his tarot cards from. They had a house clearance, and my cameraman actually found them, his whole collection of tarot cards. But we decided to separate them.
So, what did they find? Sorry.
The house. They cleared the house that we used to run in Bexhill. My cameraman went to a house clearance, and all of Aleister Crowley's tarot sets were there.
Oh. Gee.
And I've got his froth cards over there, and his rune sticks as well.
Oh wow, dear me! It makes you wonder as well. I wonder if there's anything else there, like letters, manuscripts, that kind of thing. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've actually held. Someone took a set of tarot cards to him, which was my work colleague's husband's family that knew him, and he written out a description of his tarot cards. I've actually had that letter in my hands. So.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. Yeah. Gee. Because sometimes you just don't know, do you? I mean, like with John Dee, his library were plundered. There's loads of things apparently missing, but you don't know. Like for instance, when Crowley passed, they knew that he had certain things. Do people go in and take them away? He
had a huge butterfly collection, and no one knows what that is.
Oh yeah, I heard about it, but because he collected them, didn't he? Yeah. So no one knew where that went.
No one knows where they've gone.
You see, if something like that can be missing, a book, a letter, it's quite easy, I guess. Yeah. not many people on tonight. I wonder why. I spoke to because what it is, Ian, and I hope it's okay to message you about a question I've got. It's a bit strange. I was looking something up, and I've tried finding something, and I spoke to one person, and they went, that's it would have been deemed dangerous, this particular ritual. And I was wondering if it were real or if anyone ever found it real in the past. And they went, well, it had been classed as dangerous, but luckily, not many people around today could even know what to do with it. And it kind of made me think, wait, there's rituals out there, what Crowley, John Dee, and other people like them probably did, thought of, or wrote down, and people could look at them today and they'd be like, what were that for? We don't know it, or we don't understand it. and there might only be a few people left, like in these communities, what could look at it and go, right, I know what this is for, I know how to use it. And I thought, wow, that's I found that sad. It's sad, yeah. Because they had this information. I suppose it's always good to remember it.
Yeah, I mean, even with some of the stuff Crowley did, I could work out that some of it did make sense because all the elements and spirit didn't fit up with a pentagram. But then I discovered it was obsessed with pyramids. So it's done four as a base and spirit up high.
Right.
So unless you knew that about him, you might be doing it wrong straight away.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. And if he decided to write in code, I suppose, yeah, we're definitely going to be done for because trying to figure out someone's codes, I suppose, is going to be hard. They're called occultists. Yeah, sometimes I've come across people. They're all right with being called an occultist. You call someone an occultist, and then they'll go, "I'm not an occultist. I'm this." So yeah, it's hard to know what to call people these days. But no, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
We've got 1 minute left.
So, Ian, is there anything that you investigate anything online to Aleister Crowley that you're looking for, or you're trying to find, kind of thing?
Well, I mean, a lot of people know he cursed the town I live in, which has caused quite a dark cloud to go over the town, shall we say. So trying to deal with that is quite entertaining. But we've got probably one of the most active cemeteries in the country because of it.
Because he did a what? Sorry, curse.
He cursed the town.
Right.
I think he's cursed our lives tonight, you know?
Probably.
Right, guys,
yeah.
we're on 8 o'clock. We're going to have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right, yeah. So, are you working like against that curse kind of thing?
Just trying to
Balance it.
put things right.
Yeah. No, that's really good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. No, it's been great.
So we'll have to wrap it up, guys. So we'll have to say good night to the audience tonight.
Okay.
And hope it's better next time.
Yeah.
Ian, tell Crowley to stop.
I'm not saying it.
Just hang on, I'm just going to finish the live and then we can just do whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So everyone that come on, see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you, bye.